Hello and welcome back to my channel. SM is gearing up to debut their new girl group, which is a big ass deal, man. Like, you just think like we're gonna watch this trailer coming up and it's like, okay, prepare to hear this name and see these girls become super big and be just a part of the K-pop space for the next like 6-7+ years. I mean, were you thinking of that when all of those early teasers and the photos were dropping for like an aespa? It's something that is always very interesting because you know they're going to be a huge, massive focal point. It's a group from SM. I mean, it doesn't really necessarily matter, and I'm sure they're going to put out good music, but it doesn't really matter a lot of the time when it comes from such a big company. There's always a built-in fan base there. It really feels like sometimes, and I'm sure that these girls already have their big fans. It's like Baby Monster had a massive fan base already, and there was a lot of hype for them though for a very long time. Whereas I feel like at least I haven't personally heard about like many of these trainees and also the name of the group itself. I always knew that another girl group was coming, but whereas Baby Monster, I remember hearing that name being like trademarked by YG. What's like 5-6 years ago at least. It was a long time ago. So yeah, it's just one of those interesting things where it's like, you know, get used to hearing this name a lot because we're going to be checking out the trailer. But first I wanted to drop on their K-pop profile and just scroll down the members, see what we got. I know I've already seen like, yes, I know we've got really young members in this group. That is just what is going on. I mean, when aespa debuted, they weren't that young, right? But like, I mean, Karina was what, 20 at the time, I think? I could be wrong on that, but I believe she was. Whereas here, I think our oldest member, is it Jiwoo? Yeah, she's 2006. We're not even going to do math. We're not doing math today, so we won't pay attention too much to ages. Hearts2Hearts is the name, also shortened as H2H. 8 members: Jiwoo, Carmen, Yua, Stella, Jun, Anna, Ian, and Yeon. They will make their debut on February 24th. It is coming up with their first single album, The Chase. So we're starting with a single album here. I mean, that's the same thing that aespa did as well. Group name meaning. The name means they will connect with global fans. That word global is all over the place in K-pop these days. Through their own mysterious and beautiful music world, filled with various emotions and heartfelt messages. This is saying nothing to me. And move forward together as a greater us. That's like one of those things where like the writer of like the back of a Pringles can needs to like really spice up Pringles and like, I don't know, write some fluff. That I would have liked an idea of like a concept. I don't really know what that is exactly. But maybe the vibe is kind of, I still think it's going to feel like a lot of the new girl groups that we're seeing these days, like, were very refreshing for the most part, especially as a complement to what SM already has in aespa. So we're probably going to get, obviously because their ages as well, something much more youthful. You drop then the names of like an outlet and a New Jeans. I'm sure that they would love their own kind of segment of that pie for sure. So Jiwoo, I know, is the leader. I think that was just announced like a day or two ago. She is Korean. I mostly want to see how many foreign members that we have here. Former ballerina, trainee for roughly 6 years, scouted while shopping at a convenience store. See, like, how does that even work? Like, do they just send scouts out? Like, go find me a 13-year-old that has the look. How does that work? She's said to resemble Stacy's Isa and NMIX's Bae. I definitely see a little bit of Isa there, a little bit. Carmen is up next here. She's Indonesian. Okay. Yeah, that's what they gotta get there. There's a huge then built-in fan base for Indonesian members, 1000%. You've seen it across K-pop a million times that there's just so much, there's a huge market there, obviously, and they support their idols 1000%, like really strongly. So I think that's a real good, smart move by SM to get an Indonesian member in this group. First Indonesian artist under SM Entertainment. This is a big deal. I'm sure people are stoked about that. Play the piano. Roughly 2 years a trainee. Yua is next. She is Korean. Not much on hers, really. Roughly a trainee for 4 to 5 years. Stella up next. Mm-hmm. Her English name, that's what they're going by. I was like, how did they land upon Stella of all names? I mean, I have an aunt named Stella, but I also have an aunt named Barbara. I always think of those names, and they're not watching this, but I always think of the names like Stella and Barbara as like older people's names. No one's naming their daughter Stella these days, are they? I'm sorry if there are any Stellas watching this, but she grew up in Canada. Okay, that's cool. We got another Korean Canadian in the SM system. Although, Wendy isn't Canadian. She just studied in Canada, right? But, you know, I'm sure she can be an honorary Canadian to a lot of Canadians out there. She loves desserts, especially cupcakes, cheesecake, and tiramisu. Of course, who doesn't like playing Animal Crossing? June is next. She is Korean as well. A lot of these, that's the interesting part too, is like there's, outside of, it was Jiwoo, right, the leader, there isn't a ton of like background information on them. Of course, they haven't debuted yet, but it is interesting. Anna is also Korean, so far we only really have our Korean Canadian and then also our Indonesian member in terms of foreign idols. Ian. Ah, it's a play on her actual name there. That makes sense. So, interesting. Korean as well. She's said to resemble aespa's Karina and Twice's Nayeon. I don't know. I usually like to compare idols all the time of like, that's how I remember faces a lot of time when learning a new group. But I feel like it's difficult when they're this young and it's like, I don't know, they could look completely different in just 2 years from where they are. Yan is up next. She is the maknae and she is also Korean. So really we basically just have our Indonesian member. You always expect there to be probably a Japanese member or maybe a Chinese member in there, but no, not today. Not today. She joined SM through DM casting when she was in the 6th grade. She started singing when she was 5 or 6 years old. Okay, well those are our members of Hearts2Hearts. And you could surmise just by the name alone that we're probably going to get something that is more refreshing, a bit brighter, and to be that complement of aespa. And I always expect that kind of concept when a group is this young as they are. So let's get to their Chase Your Choice debut trailer. I'm hoping we get an idea of concept or something here. Maybe just even in the vibe. Because, you know, when it comes to SM, they like their big ideas, whether it be a limitless, endless group like NCT, or whether it be virtual and digital idols going into a magical world like aespa. And we'll see how long it takes for SM to walk back whatever concept that they push early on. This is unnecessary shade. I like SM groups a lot. So loud for me. I have to lower that. Was so loud.
만약에 우리만의 지도가 존재한다면 우리의 길은 어디를 향하는 걸까?
Oh, it's too quiet. Ooh.
Every day we meet a path and have to make choices. 그걸 꼭 하나만 정해야 돼?
Oh man, I love how this is edited. Oh, and you gotta pay attention to whatever they're playing here because that also says a lot. I'm sure this is maybe from a song or intro or something.
그럼 난 내 생각대로 이어갈래. Come to think of it, every day is consisted of so many choices at the same time.
There's our Korean Canadian.
조금씩 다른 선택을 했을 뿐인데 전혀 다른 순간을 만든다는 게 신기하지 않아?
Whatever instrumental they're playing though, man, I'm digging it.
어쩌면 매일 학교를 향하는 반복되는 궤도 속에 우리만의 특별한 길이 존재할 것 같다는 느낌이 드는 건 왜일까? 특별한 길이 존재할 것 같다는.
I wanted to see all the things that were written there. So yeah, maybe a lot of this deals with destiny in some ways. It seems like destiny.
느낌이 드는 건 왜일까?
Ooh. Ooh. I like whatever that was. That sounded awesome.
우리의 지도는 어떤
Like
모습으로
chill.
변할까?
Chill coffee shop music.
여기가 우리 지도의 시작이야.
There's a lot of horses going on.
우리가 기다렸던 무대의 시작점.
A lot of horses going on.
우리는 계속 선택하고 또 달릴 거야. 우리만의 궤도, 우리만의 청사진.
EOD.
사진은 어떻게 그려볼까?
Ah, the Hearts2Hearts bus. You knew it would make an appearance. That's my favorite member. Ooh, I like the little logo here. So it makes a little heart, but also butterfly wings, which makes sense. If the idea is destiny or kind of like the pathway you choose and how one decision can change everything, that is the butterfly effect. So having kind of the symbol of a butterfly makes sense for what that concept that they're inferring here in this video is, which is cool. I do like that idea, definitely. I really like this look here too. It feels very like Pleasantville, almost like a diorama or something of a town. I kind of like that. I liked how this was edited too. It had a bit of the same thing that we saw with some New Jeans stuff, where it has this like very DIY vibe of just seeing basically like almost like a group of friends hanging out and chilling out together and going to school and doing what they do. But yeah, I don't think there's too much you can pull from this exactly in terms of like really nailing down what they're going to be musically. But I would be shocked if they weren't kind of in that realm of maybe if you want to like, it's people get mad if you were just going to say it's going to sound tangential to New Jeans, but I would be surprised if it sounded wholly, completely like not somewhat in line with that. I'm not saying that they're the same group. I'm just saying I think that they'll go for that style because it is proven to be quite popular right now. And for SM, I think it just makes sense for like getting a group that can put that type of sound out there in their repertoire. So let me know what you thought of Hearts2Hearts, what you thought of this trailer. Are you stoked for the debut? Is there a member that you're already a fan of? Let me know down below. Subscribe if you guys are new, and then to be notified when I react to the debut and what my thoughts will be. And hopefully they have an album. I would assume they want to capitalize on that stuff quick. Like, how long did it take for how long did it take past like Black Mamba to release Savage? How long was that? I don't know, but hopefully they follow up quick. Momentum is big in K-pop. If you don't use it, you lose it. And I think that's very true when it comes to K-pop. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you guys next time.